Good morning, I'm Paolo del Rosario. Welcome to Weather HQ on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel. Today's headlines. Pag-asa says the trough of severe tropical storm Bebinca is affecting the eastern sections of Luzon and Visayas, while southwest monsoon is affecting Mindanao and the rest of southern Luzon and Visayas. We'll have more on today's forecast later on in the show. The Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology, or Phivolcs, notes an increase in sulfur dioxide gas emissions and volcanic quakes from Mount Kanlaon in Negros Island. Yesterday, it recorded an average of 11,556 tons per day of sulfuric gas emission from Kanlaon's summit crater, the highest recorded from the volcano since instrumental gas monitoring began. Phivolcs Chief Science Research Specialist Maria Antonia Bornas told BNC's Agenda last night the volcanic tectonic earthquake swarms recorded in Mount Kanlaon are alarming, as it could be caused by the cracking of the rock under the volcano. In part 2 of my special report on the Upper Marikina Watershed conservation efforts, we'll tackle about the quarrying activities within the protected area. And the coach of the youth Thai football team that was trapped in a cave for nearly 3 weeks before has found himself in another predicament after he got stuck on his roof by flash floods. On to the local weather. 2 weather disturbances are currently affecting our country. Now, according to Pag-asa, the trough or the extension of severe tropical storm Bebinca is affecting the eastern sections of Luzon and Visayas. Right over here, as we take a look at that in just a bit, well, southwest monsoon is affecting Mindanao and Visayas and the rest of Luzon. So the southwest monsoon is coming up over here, and the severe tropical storm Bebinca, which was last located 11,975 kilometers east of central Luzon, has sustained maximum winds of 95 kilometers per hour and gustiness of up to 115 kilometers per hour. As you can see over here, not yet in Philippine area of responsibility, and is expected to move northwards at around 20 kilometers per hour. Once it reaches the Philippines, it will be called Ferdy. Even the severe tropical storm Bebinca is still very far from the Philippine landmass, though. The trough or the extension of the severe tropical storm Bebinca will bring cloudy skies and scattered rains and thunderstorms all over eastern Visayas, Caraga, Catanduanes, Albay, Sorsogon, and Masbate right over there. Meanwhile, the Cagayan Valley, Aurora, Quezon, and the rest of the Bicol region could experience severe thunderstorms. Residents in these areas should be cautious of possible flash floods or landslides. Now, due to the enhanced southwest monsoon, residents in the Palawan region, as well as Occidental Mindoro, Romblon, and the rest of Visayas should expect cloudy skies with scattered rains and must also prepare for possible flash floods and landslides. Over here in Metro Manila, though, you can expect partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms. Now, there is a need to watch out for severe localized thunderstorms that may cause flooding. Now, let's take a look at the weather conditions in selected provinces and key cities in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Starting off in the north, let us take a look at this. Generally, fair weather conditions are expected over Luzon, particularly over in Lawag and Tuguegarao. Now, you're going to see similar weather conditions all the way down from Baguio to Metro Manila, Tagaytay as well. And of course, however, here as well as in Puerto Princesa, the sun might show up. But because of the southwest monsoon we mentioned a while ago, there will be a high chance of rain. Moving on to the Visayas region, most parts of Visayas will experience generally fair weather, especially in Bacolod and in Iloilo, and these neighboring islands, of course, in Metro Cebu as well. But residents in Tacloban will experience cloudy skies with rain showers and thunderstorms due to the trough of severe tropical storm Bebinca. Moving over down south to Mindanao, generally fair weather conditions are also expected, particularly in Cagayan de Oro, Metro Davao, and Zamboanga. So you can see here fairly similar conditions over there, with the temperatures reaching up to 33 degrees Celsius with moderate chances of rain. Now let's check the weather forecast for the rest of the work week. Here's the 3-day forecast coming from Pag-asa. Over in Metro Manila, we start off on Friday, and you're going to have a bit of sunshine here, until also partly cloudy skies with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms. However, The weekend, cloudy skies are expected and a bit more wet weather here all the way up until Sunday. Temperatures rising to as high as 32 degrees on Friday and of course a bit cooler on Saturday and Sunday. In the Queen City of the South, in Metro Cebu, here's the forecast. Expect and prepare for cloudy skies with rain showers starting on Friday. Of course, rain showers, isolated thunderstorms starting tomorrow until Sunday. Now, similar to what we saw in Metro Manila, the sun expected not to shine as brightly there as well, with temperatures rising to 32 degrees on Friday and on Saturday and Sunday just a bit cooler. Over in Metro Davao, let's take a look at the 3-day conditions there. Same weather conditions expected for the next 2 days, but come Sunday, the sun is expected to show its bright face. You can check it out here and it will be easier for churchgoers to go out. Temperatures might reach up to 33 degrees Celsius. So do watch out for that and make sure you plan accordingly. Stay tuned for more weather updates. Weather HQ will be right back after a short break. Welcome back. You're still watching Weather HQ. The public is reminded that Alert Level 2 prevails over Kanlaon and that current activity may lead to eruptive unrest and an increase in the alert level. As per Pag-asa, cloudy skies with rain showers and thunderstorms are expected in the Negros province, as you can see here. Now, residents near Mount Kanlaon must take precautionary measures on the potential volcanic mudflow in the area. All right, so we're going to focus more here on the Negros province. As you can see, 31 degrees Celsius is the expected temperature here. And despite the rainy weather, as we've seen here, there has been an increase in terms of the earthquake activity happening in Mount Kanlaon. And right now, we are expecting to hear more updates on the ground, especially from the barangay captains around the area with regard to their preparations for any eventualities with regards to the developments concerning Mount Kanlaon. But at the moment, we'll turn over to the global weather in just a bit. Let's review the current weather forecast for ASEAN countries. Brunei, Indonesia, Cambodia, Malaysia, Singapore are all likely to experience generally clear and pleasant weather. Let's take a look at the forecast over here, with Singapore having the hottest weather in the region, around 34 degrees Celsius there. Vietnam and Thailand are expected to have partly clouded skies with isolated rain showers and the possibility of thunderstorms. While over in Myanmar, the Burmese will experience cloudy skies with rain showers expected there as well, while Laos should prepare for a potential light rainfall. So if you're going to be around these regions anytime soon, do prepare for the weather there, especially in Thailand, with temperatures reaching as high as 35 degrees Celsius. So anyone traveling there either for work or for pleasure, do watch out for all of that. Now, in the aftermath of Typhoon Yagi, the coach of a young Thai football team that caught the world's attention after getting trapped for nearly 3 weeks in a cave due to flash floods found himself in another similar predicament. Ekapol Chantawong told agency France Presse that he was drawing his 2018 experience with the Wild Boars team to get through his latest ordeal when he got stuck on his roof at his home in northern Thai district of Mae Sai because of flash floods. Typhoon Yagi caused torrential rains that triggered flash floods in Ekapol's village on Tuesday morning, that leaving him and his family with no escape. The waters have since gone down, allowing Ekapol to reach the ground floor of his house. Pope Francis arrives in Singapore for the final leg of the Asia-Pacific tour. And we can take a look at the graphics right now and find out what the weather forecast will be like in Singapore, where you're going to see partly cloudy skies with isolated rain showers, and it's anticipated throughout the day in Singapore with temperatures potentially reaching up to 29 degrees here today, 27 degrees on the screen as well, but of course 29 degrees overall, around 31, 32, and 32 over the rest of the weekend. And of course, for all our kababayans, they're excited to see Pope Francis. So that's the type of weather that you can expect. Do pack appropriately and do enjoy his presence in the Lion City. Category 2 Hurricane Francine has made landfall in Terrebonne Parish, about 30 miles southwest of Morgan City, after rapidly intensifying on Wednesday. Of course, this is news coming in from the United States with winds near 100 miles per hour. Now, Louisiana and the other parts of the Gulf Coast and South experienced dangerous storm surges, flooding rainfall, and damaging winds and tornadoes. Now, as of 5 p.m. North American time, Francine is moving northeastward through southern Louisiana with maximum sustained winds right over here around 100 miles per hour. So for all of our kababayans in this particular area, especially in New Orleans, make sure you do watch out for that. Stay safe, stay healthy, and of course, stay dry. Areas of rain and wind continue to push into Louisiana and other parts of the northern Gulf Coast. A wind gust of 105 miles per hour was recently reported in Eugene Island in Louisiana. Flooding is also being reported in several spots in southern Louisiana, including Cocodrie and Dulac. New Orleans Lakefront Airport has reported a 47 miles per hour wind gust, while 2 stations have reported gusts over 50 miles per hour. Gusts at offshore oil rigs have gusted as high as 112 miles per hour on elevated platforms. As we promised, we go back here at home. Let's get an update on the latest in Mount Kanlaon. We have on the phone the barangay captain of Barangay Pulaan, Kanlaon City, Negros Oriental, Mr. Ramil Velando. Sir Ramil, magandang umaga po.
Sir po, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat.
Sir Ramil, naramdam nyo ba yung pagyanig at pagbuga ng usok mula sa Mount Kanlaon?
Opo, sir.
Sir,
Naramdam po namin lahat ng nakatira po dito.
Sir, nagbigay na po ba kayo ng evacuation order sa barangay po ninyo? Ano po yung mga preparasyon ninyo para sa Mount Kanlaon?
As of now, sir, inuna po namin as per instructed po sa aming mayor sa aming city, inuna po namin yung permanent danger zone, 4 permanent danger zone kilometers from the mountain.
Sir, right now, sa barangay niyo po mismo, ano mga efforts na ginagawa ninyo in terms of preparation para sa eventual or rather para sa posibilidad na mag-erupt ang Mount Kanlaon?
Sa ngayon po, pinuntahan po namin po yung nakatira doon po sa Upper Permanent Danger Zone, yung pong inuna po namin yung vulnerable like senior citizens, PWD at saka yun pong children at ang pregnant po. Then, well-trained naman po ang mga tao po dito when it comes of calamity po like volcanic eruption. Yun pong hindi po nakasali sa vulnerable, na prepare po sila ng bag para pag lumupok po yung volcan ng Kanlaon, sabay bit-bit at aalis po papunta ng pick-up points po namin doon sa dito po sa aming Barangay Pula.
Sir, mukhang handa na po kayo from a local perspective, pero yung national government, ramdam niyo po ba yung tulong nila so far?
Sa ngayon po, hindi naman po nagkulang po yung pong aming mayor sa siyudad sa Kanlaon. Lagi po niyang tinututukan yun pong ang aming Barangay Pula po, sir, ay dito po sa Kanlaon City po, Negros Oriental po, ay 4 na po na barangay are affected, mostly vulnerable, affected in the volcan ng Kanlaon like Barangay Pula, Barangay Masulog at Barangay Lumapaw at saka Barangay Malaiba. Pero yun pong pinaka-hazardous po na barangay, ito po yung 4 barangays ay nabilong po sa INP. This is what we call Mount Kanlaon Natural Park. So ito po yung Barangay Pula and 12 barangay is the number 1 source vegetable production po, basket of vegetables po. So yung ginagawa po namin ngayon, pinuntahan po namin po doon yung nakatira yung sa vulnerable at saka hindi vulnerable at binigyan po namin na face mask sa ngayon po.
Sige po, maraming salamat po Barangay Captain Ramil Velando of Barangay Pula sa Kanlaon City, Negros Oriental. Stay safe po. Up next, we'll have part 2 of my special report of the conservation efforts at the Upper Marikina Watershed. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're still watching Weather HQ. Here's the second part of my interview with Ana Reyes of the Upper Marikina Watershed Coalition. In our discussion, I asked her about the status of mineral production sharing agreements, or MPSAs, and the quarrying activities within the protected area. Watch this.
Yes, so actually there were 4 MPSAs inside the protected area. 3 of them were cancelled. And when we heard about it, actually it was very hard kasi when we were lobbying for it to be cancelled, there was a lot of resistance, one, and there's also a lot of, no update. Like, we don't know what's happening. And when we finally got, the word that, okay, and the documentation that it's actually cancelled, we were very happy. And we were very hopeful. And, that's a big step, right?
Yeah.
Because those 3 MPSAs inside the Masungi G Reserve, which is inside the protected area, and also the 1 MPSA outside of the Masungi, but inside the protected area, are covering almost 2,000 hectares. And that is a big area. And when the 3 of them were cancelled, we celebrated, of course, but also we knew that cancellation does not automatically mean enforcement.
Yeah.
And so until now, we're still waiting for, we've written to the DNR, to the MGB, to show us if this cancellation orders have been served. And we still haven't heard back from them about this.
For those who are not as educated on MPSAs, can you describe to us, 1, ano yung mga MPSA, and 2, just the environmental impact that they would have had they continued? Yes.
So the mineral production sharing agreements is basically your quarrying permit.
Yeah.
And just to give a background, they were given quarrying permits inside the protected area.
Yeah.
And what they would have had to do to enforce those quarrying permits is to level the mountains, cut the trees, level the mountains, dig for cement.
Yeah.
That's what it's aggregates. They're not mining for gold, silver, they're mining for aggregates.
Yeah.
So that's what would have happened. They would have had to level the area. I mean, if you have been to the Rizal area, I think you would have seen some mountains that are already bald and leveled. So that's what would have happened. And the 3 of them, the 3 of the MPSAs, would have been 1,700 hectares of mountains leveled and trees cut.
It's an incredible, first of all, it's an incredible effort that you guys did in terms of raising awareness and, of course, trying to stop it all from happening. But at the same time, I think other people, the ones who are watching right now, are wondering, anong magagawa namin? For those private individuals who want to come in and actually help out in conservation efforts that you're doing, because it is affecting yung water supply ng Metro Manila. It is affecting the flood control in Metro Manila in many ways. How would you suggest to those private individuals to be able to come in and help you guys? Because maybe ecotourism might be a thing. I'm not sure if it's going to be something that you're going to actually promote, considering the sensitivity of the protected landscape.
Yes.
How would you suggest people would go about in conserving this particular landscape?
So Masungi G Reserve is actually part of our coalition and part of the protected area, and they're actually a good model when it comes to conservation and balancing geotourism, which is a form of a very controlled tourism that powers up conservation. And that's why we also support them, because they have set a model that actually, introduces the landscape to the Filipino people, gives them an avenue to protect the landscape themselves, and also makes it sustainable for generations to come. And so that's one thing. We really support Masungay G Reserve, and they've also been our boots on the ground, so to say, helping us stop the land grabbing, helping us stop Vina Energy when it comes to like the wind farm that was being threatened to build in the protected area. That is one. But also we encourage individuals to really be aware and be be more alert when it comes to all of these things, because the power of social media right now is very big. It is a very different world, and awareness goes a long way. And as you've seen in the Chocolate Hills situation, once social media actually gives its awareness and its power towards this kind of issue, then it really pushes also legislative inquiries. And that is where you can start to get things rolling and also start to wake up the government a bit so that they would take action. And the more that we all lend our voices to that, the easier for us to be able to say, hey, something's not right, we need to change something. And I think people should understand how big of a thing their voice is. It's not an exaggeration to say.
Anna, I really appreciate the time that you spent with us here. Just so everyone can understand or is able to follow yung mga activities ng coalition ninyo, could you please just address our viewers and let us know where we can follow you, where we could go out and be able to watch what you're doing, and of course, and support you guys as well.
Yes, so we have our Facebook page, which is the Upper Marikina Watershed Coalition. We also have updates through the Masungay G Reserve, so that whenever there's something happening on the ground, you can always look to those two pages so that we can update you more.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Ana Reyes, the Secretariat of the Upper Marikina Watershed Coalition, really thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And that's Weather HQ for today. I'm Paolo del Rosario. See you again tomorrow, where we'll stay together, whatever the weather. Here on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel.